Thanks and welcome to the show today. We've got wonderful things to talk about. You know, we're really interested in creating a contiguous plan, and that the education that comes out of these videos is actually going to impact the way you do business and your bottom line and the money in your pocket. So we started out, Bob, with, how do we identify target clients and what builds good relationships and how you choose your relationships. So today we're going to talk about, what we can do in 2019 to take those relationships that we started, take them deeper, monetize them, and have a good time doing it, right?
Right.
So 2019, what do we call it? The year of action.
Year of action.
Right?
Yeah.
And what's that mean to you, the year of action?
It means you do something. It means that you commit to doing something. You've got to sit down and the words I'm going to is not action. It's I did or I'm doing are two great sentences that make a difference. And I think too many people don't commit to doing action. Action to me is the most vital piece of how you're going to change. Most people, when I talk to people in 2018, most of them are still pretty much struggling. The margins are shrinking because there's more competition. The marketplaces are changing. So, do action. Action is the number one.
But how do people know what action to take?
Well,
there's so many actions. We've been talking about millennials, not millennials. We're talking about Gen Z now. Right. If you look at the reports on Gen Z, 95% of those people have a cell phone in their pocket by the time they're 13 years old.
Right.
So that's a tremendous amount of distraction.
Yeah.
So how do you ferret out and understand which actions to take in a world of complete distraction?
Well, next on the list is make yourself the year of differentiation. You've got to distinguish yourself from your competition. When I talk to realtors, they all market themselves the same way. When I talk to mortgage people, they all market themselves the same way. And now, let's talk a little bit about what we're talking to. Kirk, as a mortgage person, is now partnering with realtors, and they're putting together, just starting to do this for 2019, of creating CPR courses where people get certified in CPR, and it's a payback to the community that the realtor and the mortgage person doing. It's going to tighten the relationship.
Well, let's talk about it for a second. Yeah, so it's much bigger than the CPR course,
right?
Which is amazing. What I'm doing is I'm building a marketing plan that's predictable, where the actions that I need to take are built in and automatic. So let me explain it. We're going to do a CPR course in January, and it's a quarterly concept. So every quarter there'll be a different educational process, whether it's CPR, financial plan, or whatever it is. But the follow-up now, the actions that come after the course is complete, are pretty much automatic. For the next 2 months, I know what kind of marketing to send out. I can send out anything I can find anywhere on the internet about healthcare, disaster preparedness, right? Disasters, all those different things. So it's automatic, and it's easy to find. So now I have a consistent communication stream to a group of people that I've spent several hours with, getting trained together and doing something of meaning, right? I think information today is so needed, and there's so much information out there that actually what's happening is it's becoming diluted, and there's more bad information out there than good information, and it's so accessible. So bringing in professionals like the CPR expert, Karen, and teaching people the right way to do it, and then committing to that small group for the next 3 months that we're going to support you through that. That's the right action. That's going to build a relationship, that face-to-face, and then the follow-up.
Right, and that face-to-face, we're talking about relationships.
That's what relationships.
Anytime you give to somebody, you're helping to create a healthier environment for that person, whether it's CPR or earthquake preparedness or financial advisory, anything like that. And so what's happening, it drives me nuts, actually, when I listen to the realtors doing all the same thing, the mortgage people doing all the same thing, the mortgage brokers, I find out there are doing co-branded flyers. And if everybody's doing co-branded flyers, does that make you different? No, it makes you another Me Too person.
Yeah, that's actually changing. What's happening now is corporations are taking over the marketing for individuals. Right. So even co-branded flyers are going to go away. And what's happening is they're trying to turn it into a digital platform where the corporation can send leads to the referral partner. That's great, unless you end up in what I'll term the Zillow black hole, right? So Zillow's great. I don't have any problems with Zillow, except all these real estate agents spent all this money to capture leads on Zillow, and now Zillow is taking all that information and they're competing with you.
Right.
They've opened their own mortgage company, and they're selling their own homes on Zillow. And so when you leave your marketing and your relationships and your relationship building up to the company, you're putting out a huge red flag. It's a huge spot of danger for anyone that's trying to build a successful long-term business. Because what you're effectively doing is taking all your work and giving it to a corporation, and they're going to take it.
Right.
And they will take it.
Right. Well, a lot of the major real estate organizations are bringing in-house the mortgage people, and so that's cutting people out of that. It's how do you make more money? So that's why large real estate organizations think that way. Is how can we make more money?
Well, we're not.
It's called greed.
Yeah, and business is designed to make money, right? So there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But differentiation is so important, and we want to make sure that we're finding ways not only to differentiate ourselves with our partners and be a better partner. One of the things we were talking about earlier is that my business exploded when I got really specific on who I wanted to partner with and how I was going to be able to differentiate. So instead of working with 40 people a year, I have tens of thousands of people in the database. But for a long time, I tried to pick 40 or 50 that I wanted to engage with on a regular basis each year and build business. I cut that number to 10. And what happened when I cut the number to 10, I found better partners. I'm delivering better opportunities to my partners. My work day has gone from 6 or 7 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day, down to 3 days a week and 3 or 4 hours a day, unless I'm working on a project that I want to spend more time on. My income has gone up, and I have more time for my family and to do the things that I enjoy doing. And it's interesting because one of the things I enjoy doing is spending more time with the partners I selected. And that's kind of how this whole show got started, right?
Right.
You and I actually enjoy spending time together, and when we talk, we get ideas and we develop new concepts that make money. Action. We create action plans, right? So I think it's really important to understand these concepts and to think about who are you going to partner with. And you don't need a big list of people. You only need a few to make a huge impact on your business.
But it's interesting. We're teaching people how to partner and how to use the tools in our contemporary environment of data and information. And how do you help to put your partner in front of that other person? Well, one of the things that we talked about is that people know today a minimum of 600 plus people. And but I started asking people about 4 years ago, what do you do with the people you know? Do you have a database? Do you have a rating system? Do you have anything? Ironically, over 90% of the people said, no, I would love something like that. So I had an algorithm built that people now call the Match.com in the business world, and that resides on a website that I own called MyCity.com. And so there's a rating system. It looks for location, vocation. There's a rating system where you rate people that you know so you can help them get more business. It measures expertise, and then you have to recommend them. And if that algorithm fits together, then all you have to do is push a little button. It matches people up.
Yeah, cool. What I've been doing for years is a predictable process of actions. So when I meet somebody new, I follow up with a video message and a phone call. I follow up with let's have a meeting again, let's get together again, or talk by phone, and then a personal note. And those are the steps. But by using technology appropriately and knowing which steps can be offloaded, this is how I've cut my time working in half.
You use technology.
Right? So I'm using your platform, and you're doing the first, 4 or 5 steps of my process, which leaves me with have a good conversation, either in person or by phone, and then follow up with a personal note.
Well, you were the one several years ago that said to me, you've got to do as much as you possibly can for your client. So, I do all the behind the scenes stuff, so to speak, of putting the data, putting the connections, all that stuff together. He's out there creating relationships. And one of the reasons we decided to do this program that we're now engaging in and trying to teach people how to do is how to move forward in a changed society. I think that's essential.
Yeah, change is good. There's so many great opportunities in the world with all the new technology, and there are so many shiny objects. I have a friend, Rhonda, who's we're working on a business concept for her, because her special talent is finding every new technology and every new opportunity out there in the marketplace that can be used to create money. But it doesn't mean that you have to use every single idea that you see. You need to be able to be specific and put them into your process and your plan so that you're using the right tools at the right time.
Right.
Rhonda's building a toolbox. And then having someone like me in my coaching program go through a toolbox and say, okay, I can customize your action plans based on your personality. Because why don't people take action? We were trying to figure out, why don't people take action? It's either they don't know what action to take, or they're afraid of it.
Yep.
Right? We use public speaking as an example. People still today, number one fear is public speaking.
Right.
But why is that a fear? Public speaking is a function of knowing what it is you're going to say and having mastery of the material. So if you're a master at what you want to say in your message, standing in front of a camera, in front of an individual, in front of 5,000 people is no big deal, because you're going to deliver your message. And it's okay. It's the same thing with knowing which tools to use as your technology in your toolbox. And so using a coaching program like my platform teaches people how to pick the right tools to match their personality so they don't get stuck in the paralysis and in the fear, and they can move through it.
The whole time you were talking about this, that was sticking with me, is that probably 90% of the people out there get stuck and they're not willing to change. If you are not willing to change in a changing economy, a changing world, you're going to lose.
Yeah, but
I'd say that, but
that's true. But change is so much easier today than it used to be. See, change today, because what do we want as business people? We want people to call us, right, and ask us if we can sell our services to them. That's really what we want.
Well, I'm a technoholic. I love technology. I got into it back in the 80s, and it's holding people's hands on how the world. If you can hold their hand and lead them down the path to success, to change, to adopting new things, you're an absolute home run.
Let me throw it to a different way.
Okay.
What if you could imagine there was a coaching platform or a platform that analyzed your personality and put in place the specific technology that had to be there, so that all you had to do to change was pick up the phone and take the order. Is that really change? That's using technology
that's right.
to change your process, but not who you are.
That's your platform.
That's what I do.
People have to learn how to do things differently, and your coaching system is all about that. That's why both of us are excelling at what we do. I'm very specific on what I do, but I have to listen to what are the things that I need to be doing in order to keep moving forward.
Well, yeah, it's a strengths situation. For me, my strength is talking to people, understanding their problem, and finding their solution. That's one of my strengths in sales. Right. Okay, whether it's corporate sales, business to business, business to consumer, it doesn't matter what it is. That's my strength. I don't particularly like picking up the phone and dialing.
Right.
Even people I know. Your platform has those people calling me. So it's an inbound call now,
Yeah.
right? So now I pick up, oh, John, so great to hear from you. What's going on in your world? Well, I've got this problem, this problem, this problem. Oh, great. Have you thought about this solution, that solution, that solution? Let's put it together. Bam, now it's done, right? So I'm able to use technology to overcome one of my weaknesses so that I can spend more time on my strengths.
So let's do this. Let's cover in the four elements that we talked about in order to give people a series of steps that you need to take, and then we'll tell everybody who we are.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Go ahead.
All right. So, first part, 2019, year of action. Commit to doing something, whatever that is. You have to create action.
Then we're going to go to the second step, which is your differentiation. Make sure the actions that you're taking and the partnerships you're building are differentiating you, setting you slightly apart from the crowd. There's a lot of noise out there in the industry today, and it's not that difficult to find something interesting, whether it's a group CPR class or a different type of video that you can send out to help the people that you serve.
Yeah, and the other thing I was thinking about when you were saying this is, I know lots of people that run around like crazy people, going from one networking group to another, and they're collecting stacks of business cards, and then nothing happens. So it goes right back. Year of action, year of differentiating yourself, year of partner. Number 3 is the year of partner. Find that partner that is willing to work with you to start creating referrals. 70 or 90% of all new business tends to come from referral. Go find that partner and work with them so you can up the ante on how you build your business.
Right. And then finally, 2019 is the year of the plan. Make sure that you and your partner are working out an organized plan. You know what actions to take. You know how it's going to differentiate you, and that's going to change your game. It doesn't have to be a ton of effort. It can be something, and it should be something that's enjoyable. Bob and I found that talking to each other and having these interviews is enjoyable. We get new ideas for our business. We grow from it, and hopefully we're adding some value to what you're doing in your business. And if you want more information about Bob's platform, you can find it where, Bob?
First, learning how to spell my name. First name is Bob, last name is Friedenthal. It's spelled Friedenthal. My phone number is area code 310-736-5787. That's a mobile number, so you can call me or text me. And my email address is bob@mycity.com. That's simple.
There you go.
And
you can find out more about the 50G sales coaching platform, which is my platform, at kirkjaffe.com. That's Jaffe, kirkjaffe.com. Or you can call me at 818-483-9166 and get more information. I'd love to talk with you and see how we can help you too.
love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Good stuff.